Hello, this is a quick video on how to download a weekly BSF lecture and slides to a thumb drive to use for the satellite class. Okay, you're going to start, and I know you can't see this now, but it's a thumb drive, and I'll introduce you this later, but the thumb drive goes in the side of your computer, or if you have a desktop, oftentimes it's in an older one, it would be in your tower or next to your screen there. Okay, so it's going to be stuck in there. And right away, your USB-E comes up. See down here? That's USB-E disk. That is your thumb drive. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to download all our lectures and things in there so that we can take it with us to class tomorrow. So first thing you need to do is you need to open up 2 new files. And so you're going to click on the file button up here. Okay, and then you're going to delete that and call it Moses. Or this week's thing. This week I'm going to use Moses 29. I'm going to call it lecture. And I'm going to say number 2 because I already have this one on here. Then I'm going to open one more for the slides. Okay. Moses 29 slides. And I'm going to put number 2 because I'm another one. Okay, so this, and then this little box, I'm going to keep it just to the side. I want to keep it open so I can easily slide everything in there. Now you're going to go to your web search. You're going to go in here and find Dropbox. Okay, and mine comes up automatically because I'm already in there. You should get in here by making your account. You need a password and everything, and then you'll need to be invited into the BSF account through the class administrator, so contact that person. And then you'll get into your thing and you'll have BSF file there, and you'll click on it, and there's your slides. Okay, so here you'll see this. It says Moses slides and then MLT. Okay, this one down here, this is for something different, but when you come here, you'll look for Moses 29 slides and MLT. The MLT is where the MP3 or the oral file is found. So MLT, and then you click it, and then there it is. And you'll look at it, and over here you'll look at the date to make sure it's the right one, because after a while you'll have several in here, and this is the date. Okay, so that's that would be the 28th, and you're gonna click right in the middle here, kind of in the section here. Don't click on this part, but click here, and then you see the words download up here. Click on download, and see it's telling you right there it's downloading it for you. Okay, and that takes a little while. While you're doing that, you can go back. It's still downloading. Go back, and now you can, while it's doing that, you're going to download the slides. So click on here, but you don't want to click on that. You want to click right in the middle of it, and then those words come up again, download. Okay, and it will begin to down the slides. And so while you're doing that, see, both those things are downloaded. Okay, so that's the big key there. The easiest first thing to do is to take your MP3, and you're going to click on that. See right down here, click on this. Now hold it down and then lift it up and move it over to your file, or you can go onto your desktop and find your My Computer. You're going to go over here to your lecture right there. See that? And just drop. And there it goes. See it is? See that? You'll see this, and you can make sure and look up here. See, this is USB disk E, and that means that's where your thumb drive is, and that's going to be downloaded on there. Okay, now this is one little extra step there. So for your slides, you're going to open them. See, and there's your slides here, and this is actually downloaded to your computer and into your PowerPoint, and so it's already there. So you're going to do the same thing, but this time you have to open it on the bottom, click and hold. Now drag it and put it over your file. Bring it over here, and you're going to put it in your slides and just drop. Okay, there it is. It's drawing down. All right. So now we want to make sure it's there. Right? So I'm going to open this window just a little bit more. And if you wanted to, you can close this back here. Okay. And so I want to make sure it's there. So here I am. I'm going to click on it and see, make sure it's on there. Click, double click, and there's that. Now this goes right into your media player. So whatever your system that your computer is using, whether it be iTunes is your default or media player, it's going to open automatically. So all you have to do is double click. There's nothing else you have to do there. Okay. Okay, and there she is. Okay. You can start hearing her, and you kind of want to check to make sure that's the right lecture and see what's going on. I often check for, you know, if there's some surprises or some things that we may want to know in advance.
27, it says the eternal God is our refuge.
But this happens to be the right one. And then up here, I'm going to just pause it. It doesn't matter, it's turned off. But what happens is it comes up in your news feed right here as unknown album. And what I like to do is change that so it's easy to find later. 29 lecture. I'm going to call it 2, and I have one already on there, but that's okay. So that when somebody takes this from me and goes to open it, they know exactly where to go and what to look for. Okay, so that's in there. That's good news. That's the big important one. And so we're back at this window again, and now you're going to go back to the back button. See the back button, and that goes back to our files. And you're going to look for the slides. And once again, this is built into PowerPoint, and so it will automatically pull up PowerPoint. You just have to click. Okay, and there's the slides. Double click again. There it is. Okay, and there it is. Very easy, right? And if you want to look at it, to walk through it, down here in the corner is a podium sign, and that's how you make the PowerPoint look, you know, the professional way, and this is what it would look like in class. And just going through them, making sure you understand what's there. Now, I've deleted the ones we don't use in here already. I've already built it out, but if there were some in here that maybe they have the hymns or like some of the announcements are not the announcements you would use. There are a couple things you can, first of all, you can come in here and you can like just delete them. So you would click on the one, that's the one, I don't want that one. And we use this one every week, but you may pretend like you don't want that one and you just delete. See, and there it's gone. But let's say you want to add some, you have some different dates. You're having something going on just for our BSF on Fridays. So you would click on this one, and the next slide you want something new. So you're going to click, and it's going to be white, but you want it to be a blue background. So that means you need to make a new one. So you can go up to here where it says Design. See where it says Design. Click Design, and then go all the way down here, and it's going to say Background Colors or Background Styles. Click on that, and I choose this color. It's not exactly the same, and I'm, you know, it's good enough for our purposes today. And then I come back here to Insert because I want to insert some words in there. So I come back to the word Insert, and I want to put some words or text file in there. So text box, and I'm going to make my box. Okay, and you just make it this way, and it kind of forms out what you want. Okay, and I want to make announcements. Why is it? So let's see. Announcements. Oops. Okay, and May 1st, last day of BSF. Okay, so and then I can go in and you know, modify it or whatever I need to do, right? You can change the font, you can change the size, whatever you need to do to make it the way that it would look best for you guys. Okay, so that's how you can add a slide for your announcements if you need to do that. And if, once again, if you don't want that, then you just delete. You're gonna, you know, just delete that, and that's just no big deal. Delete, and delete the box. Okay, and delete, and it goes back. Okay, so you can add and you can subtract to the thing as long as you know, make sure you have all the important things in there. Okay, so that's that. So what I like to do always to make sure, I wouldn't want to get there and find out that, you know, it didn't really download. So what I do is I close everything down, everything that's been opened up, and now I want to go back and make sure. that it works. So I'm going to go back to my file. So I go back to my file, and I want to open up my USB e-disk. So that's my thumb drive. Double click it. You can do it there or you can do it over here, whichever you like. And I want to make sure the lecture is on, so I click it on the lecture. And there it is. Make sure that's the right lecture. And she'll say something about everlasting arms. That's how.
Leaning on the everlasting
There it
arms.
is. Oh, yep, that's the right one. Okay, so then that's working. Yay. And then I want to go back button. Back. And I want to look at my slides one more time just to make sure. And there it is. Okay. And just go through. I mean, you don't even have to do all that. And then to get out of there, PowerPoint, you just escape. And that's it. So that is how to download the BSF lecture and slide series.